At the end of this weekend, the class of 2018 will join the distinguished ranks of our alumni. I often say that if one wants to judge the quality of a school's educational programs, look at its alums. Our alums are the proof that we're creating leaders of consequence for a sustainable future, and you can find them all over the world. And our alums enrich our students' experience by providing virtual and in-person networking, serving as guest speakers, hosting workplace visits, participating in career panels, serving as clients for master's projects, and in many other ways. Our first speaker is one of those impactful alums who has given back to the school in multiple ways, including by serving as a member of our Alumni Council. Alexandra Dobkowski-Joy, MEM 98, is the President and Chief Operating Officer of Framework LLC, a leading management consultancy that helps companies create and preserve value through sustainable business practices. Framework is a woman-owned business and a signatory to the UN Global Compact. Its clients are represented in the Fortune 500, S&P 500, Global FT 500, Dow Jones Sustainability, and FTSE4Good indices. Through her leadership of Framework, Alexandra supports companies in identifying, prioritizing, and addressing environmental, social, and governance risks and opportunities in order to build trust with stakeholders and enhance financial performance. Alexandra previously worked as a Regional Innovations Coordinator for US EPA Region 2, helping companies participate in beyond compliance initiatives. She holds a BS in biology from the University of Connecticut, in addition to her Duke Nicholas School master's degree. Alexandra will welcome our graduates to the ranks of Nicholas School alumni and then introduce our student speaker. Alexandra.
Thank you, Dean Vincent. 20 years. 20 years ago, I was sitting in your chair, proudly adjusting my hood, delighting at this academic rite of passage. 20 years ago, I was giddy from not only finishing my master's project on time, but also from having published my first, and as it turns out, my only peer-reviewed journal. 20 years ago, I wasn't married. I didn't have twin sons, a dog, a minivan, a mortgage. I didn't even have a personal computer. I did all my grad school work in the LSRC computer lab. I was not yet an EPA scientist, nor a consultant, and I surely didn't even have a glimmer of the notion that I would become an accidental entrepreneur and partner in a sustainability advisory firm. 20 years ago, I was only vaguely aware of the clients that I serve every day, let alone know that I'd be shaping sustainability strategy programs and initiatives for them. 20 years is a long time, but the passage of that time hasn't changed my mission to save the world. I doubt that 20, 50, or even 100 will change yours. It's a drive, a shared purpose, and a passion that we share as students and alumni of the Nicholas School. Our love of the environment and embedded desire to pass on a highly functioning planet for future generations doesn't waver. Despite the immensity of the task, we're committed. The past 20 years have seen a seismic shift in how society, and specifically business, views sustainability. There is a new acknowledgement that tremendous value can be created based on the careful management and attention to environmental, social, and governance issues. There's new understanding that stakeholders matter, that shareholders aren't the only voices to be served, and that building trust is an essential component to the collaborative work that we do at the core of environmental protection. As scientists, conservationists, consultants, policymakers, advocates, and researchers, all of us will play a critical role in advancing environmental solutions. And we have new tools and approaches that literally didn't exist before. The Environmental Defense Fund recently released a study titled "Business and the Fourth Wave of Environmentalism," which looked closely at how emerging technologies can simultaneously serve the bottom line while enhancing environmental performance. And so what are these technologies? Blockchain, data analytics, sensors, mobile ubiquity, dematerialization, automation, sharing technologies. This is certainly not what I was learning about when I was at the Nicholas School. And yet, that very fact underscores the urgent need for us as environmental and sustainability professionals to keep ahead of the curve, to keep learning and to keep growing, to keep applying novel approaches and cutting-edge knowledge to the global challenges of our time, to keep advancing progress towards the world we want. So I urge you, don't shy away from complexity, from uncertainty and change. These will be your constant companions. Embrace learning as a professional, just as you did as a student. And let's talk about you for a minute. I am absolutely in awe at the depth of knowledge and experience you hold. Your research explored salt marsh erosion, prescribed fire implementation on private lands, a climate action plan for the Nicholas School and the Marine Lab, effects of extreme heat events on labor productivity, and how best to communicate science to ensure the success of land trusts. And I could go on. But that's not even the half of it. You've taken the initiative during your time here to look far beyond the classroom, to attend industry conferences, to venture out on career treks clear across the country, to contact alumni like myself, to ask for guidance and counsel. Your feet are firmly grounded. You are up to the task. Your collaboration with your classmates shouldn't end today. Your master's project partners, your contacts across the university, your advisors, professors, staff in the Career Center, this is your network. Use it. Tap into it, feed it. By choosing this Duke education, you open the doors to forever learning, to a lifetime of connection. The power of the Duke network is something that took me a few years to realize. It's easy to be distracted and consumed by the first years of pursuing and building a career, and yet that's one of the most valuable times to stay connected. Your peers and the alumni that have gone before are ready and willing to open doors, offer advice, and lend a sympathetic ear. As you forge your own path, lean on us. That's what we're here for. And a final word on giving back. Many of you have benefited in ways large and small from the generosity of Nicholas School alumni who have devoted time, resources, and money to the school. Don't neglect this aspect of your connection as an alumni. Whether volunteering to do an informational interview, making a gift to the annual fund, sponsoring a local event, or even just regularly updating your alumni profile, we're all stronger if we stand together. 20 years is a long time, and it passes in the blink of an eye. I know that you will make your next 20 years count. Congratulations.